Do you ever just struggle with your character? Like you want to be like Christ, but you just can't seem to land on behaving like Christ? In this video, I'm going to go over some concepts to be able to land on or move in the direction of the character of Jesus Christ. And this is part of a playlist on our channel titled The Disciple. And there are a series of videos on that playlist that are tackling the various elements of growing and maturing in our faith. One of those categories is the development of our character. And this is the third video. We've seen a couple of other concepts. We've kind of done an overview of the expectations and how to move in that direction. Then we talked about our interaction with authority. This video is on the foundation for how I become the kind of person that Jesus wants me to be in my character. And the three passages we're using is Romans 13, 1 Corinthians 13, and Galatians chapter 5. Now, Romans 13 is going to elaborate a little bit more, but I do want to mention that the other two passages mention this particular quality as well. Galatians 5:22, the fruit of the Spirit is love. So one of the characteristics of the working of the Spirit in our lives is to be loving. Also in 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4, the whole passage, that whole paragraph on explaining the right character is love is, and then it goes on to give various characteristics. So the foundation for that passage as well is love. And then Paul in Romans 13, there he gives more elaboration to this concept. In Romans 13, verse 8, he says, "Owe no one anything except to love each other. For the one who loves another has fulfilled the law." So my obligation is to love the people in my life. And if I do that, I fulfill the law. So love is the basis for leading me to do all the right things when it comes to my character. So if I can get love, everything else should fall into place. He adds to that in verse 9 of Romans 13, for the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this word, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So if I want to know how to exhibit the character of Christ, it starts with love. If I'm loving, then I will do those things. And so some of the things that need to happen in this journey is to be reflecting and asking myself maybe a couple of questions. One would be, am I acting out of love? So every time I'm interacting with somebody, was love at the heart of that interaction? Anytime that I choose to do something towards somebody, was love the heart of that action? Anytime I choose to not interact with somebody, was love at the heart of that choice? Anytime I'm doing things privately, is love for others a factor in what I am choosing to do? Then secondly, maybe ask, am I doing what's best for them? To become others focused. So what I'm doing right now in this conversation, is this what is best for the people that I'm talking to? And the more I'm asking those questions, that I'm praying and asking the Lord to help me to exhibit his character of love, the more we might start moving in that direction. Now, it does need some clarification, and we will look at that in videos ahead, but for now we do want to cover the concept as to why it needs some clarification. If we just say all we need to do is love, because of our nature, and I encourage you to go to the category theology and watch the video on the sinful nature, it will bring some clarity, as well as church philosophy, the sinful nature's effect on the church. Those two videos might give some clarity on this, or some additional insight on it. But because of our sinful nature, because we're self-centered, we will often justify our actions as fitting in an acceptable context of being loving when it's not. And that's actually the reason, first of all, for all these lists. So you get 1 Corinthians 13 says love is, and then there's a behavioral description of specifics as to what that looks like. And the reason is because we need to be called to an account, because we will try to just say, yeah, we are love, and dismiss what love actually is. The fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5 is love, and then another list of characteristics, or the characteristics of the flesh prior to it are not fruit of the Spirit. And then all the characteristics in Romans 13. And then that's the point of those verses 8 and 9 in Romans 13, is that the law had to come into existence because we will not line up with what the character of love is. And so we need all of those characteristics to be, and all those laws and those rules to be visible to us, so that we can't claim that something is loving when it is not. But the primary foundation is love. If I truly get to a place where I do love the people in my life, I love my neighbor as myself, then I will choose all the right behaviors. So that is the foundation to having Christ-like character. And if you don't have that love, and if you're just struggling to love people, then just talk that through the Lord. The Lord can give us a new heart. He can, if we ask Him, transform our hearts so that we do love and care about the people in our lives. So try that and see what happens. If you have any questions on that, or on any of the videos, or this entire series, leave that in the comments. I'd be glad to respond to those. Or if there's something you would like for me to cover, you can also leave those in the comments. You can help us get this content out available to other people as well by leaving a comment, liking the video, letting us know how the content is impactful, and sharing with somebody else. All of that activity makes the content more visible. Now, if you would like to further grow in your faith in in-person ministry, and you live in the Pittsburgh area, we would love for you to join us at Bethel Assembly of God, 2501 Staten Street, Wednesdays at 6:30 and Sundays at 10 a.m. God bless you.